So we are here the patch notes for today's patch, February 21st, 2023. And we have here general updates. Some cards have dropped from Series 5 to Series 4 or from Series 4 to Series 3. Series 5 to 4, the Silver Surfer, if you didn't have him before with the Season Pass, now you can get the Silver Surfer for only 3k tokens if you are interested in that. I know that after the nerf, some people don't like him that much, but he's still pretty good. You have Null, you have Darkhawk, and you have the Sentry. I really hope that I get Null or Darkhawk in one of my reserves. From Series 4 to 3, you have Agent Coulson, Maria Hill, and Helicarrier. I already have the Helicarrier, but no Agent Coulson or Maria Hill, so this means that I will get in today when I open some reserves automatically for being in Series C, you know. Series 5 and Series 4 now have chair rotation protection in the token shop. So this is cool, right? Because you won't see a repeat card until they go the whole way through both Series 4 and Series 5. So this will prevent people that are, for example, Series 4 complete, or that, not Series 4 complete, that have only a handful of cards in Series 4. This avoid that they see the same card back to back or the same 3 cards back to back, because now the whole chain goes on in combination between Series 4 and Series 5. This is a cool change for the token shop, so you get to the card that you really want faster, you know. Added a confirmation dialogue when purchasing season pass levels. I didn't know this didn't have a confirmation dialogue. I knew the buying variants in the shop need the confirmation button, you know. Tapping the credits or gold icons at the top of the screen will navigate to the shop. This is a cool change, I like that. Less clicks that you have to make, you know. Add and visual effects, make the onslaught VFX faster. Closability, notification when you try and discard if you are gente, animation for Rickery Reach. Mysterious Illusions will now use your Mysterious variant. This is something very, very cool that a lot of people with shiny Mysterious variants have been asking, brother, because this was really annoying. Having a Mysterio variant was just useless. So this is a good change for sure. Oh, they actually did it. Maybe the decks are not greedy as fuck. Yo, Jay Collins, my dude, my wizard, how you doing, my guys? Card updates, we have Darkhawk from 4-1 to 4-0, so he only loses 1 power. Not a big deal in the greater scheme of things. I assume he's going to still be strong. Yo, Garitz, my dude! Thank you very much for the sub, brother. You are fucking awesome, my dude. Thank you. Subscribe for 2 months in a row, brother. Love the content, brother. Keep it up. I will keep it up, my dude. Thank you very much. You are fucking awesome, brother. Oh! Thank you very much, brother. Negative Darkhawk. Yo, sorry, my brother. How you doing, dude? So, yes, I believe Darkhawk... Darkhawk is really strong, or was really strong. Is 1 power going to take away that strongness? I don't think so. I believe he will still be cool. But this makes us know that they had Darkhawk on the watch list, as they say, you know. I hope this doesn't kill the card. I like Darkhawk. I don't have him, but I believe it is a cool card. But yes, he was maybe too powerful, but I also hope at the same time that this doesn't kill the card, and I don't think it will. Only 1 power, it is not enough. They say Darkhawk is an especially powerful card. As we prepare this balance change before the Silver Surfer and Sabu nerfs went live, we didn't want to hit him too hard. However, we definitely felt that knocking off at least 1 power from him is warranted, and we will continue to monitor his performance. Oh yes, they didn't want to hit him too hard because the Sabu nerf indirectly hit Darkhawk already, you know. Darkhawk is strong, but he's considerably weaker now that Sabu is weaker. So you didn't have to hit him as hard, so maybe 1 point of power is just enough, you know. People say Darkhawk was already dead, though. Exactly, because of the Sabu nerf, but he was still being played with Sabu, just not as the same level as before, but still a pretty good deck. Sandman meta, looking, let's fucking go. Get right, Thanos and Wave. Yo, Yang, how you doing, brother? Funny thing is that Sandman will be played with Wave. Yes, exactly. People are going to try to... in fact, I have seen some people already playing that. Mogwai was playing that before I started the stream. He was playing Sandman with Wave. Yo, mi hermano, brother, how you doing, dude? So we have Thanos here, 6'8", before, and now he's a 6'11", so they both Thanos by 3 whole points of power, brother. This is insane. Why not just leaving at 10 power? Why 11, brother? Why did they come to that number specifically? I don't know. And they say, we think Thanos is one of the coolest cards, and we're a bit sad that he himself isn't played often. Most Thanos decks focus primarily on making good use of the stones, but we want to make sure the Mag Titan himself has enough power to play. Exactly. When you see the most popular Thanos decks, what you find is that people don't care about Thanos. They play the deck for the stones, because the stones are pretty cheap cards with good effects, and when you place a Queen Jack, they are free, so you have a lot of free effects to manipulate the game in your favor. That is the strongest stuff about playing a Thanos deck. So people weren't even concerned about playing the Thanos, even if he got the buff with the Power Stone to an 18 power card. They didn't even care about that. So Second Dinner wants people to play Thanos himself, so that is why they gave him power. But the Thanos deck, right now there is a Thanos Lockjaw deck that it was one of the strongest decks right now in the game. It is an S tier deck or a tier 1 deck, however you say it. That is really powerful. It is winning tournaments. It is ranking up in the ladder. So people would assume that Thanos didn't need a buff because his deck was already powerful. And now you are buffing a card that is part of one tier 1 deck. So this might be weird. Maybe we see Thanos being played even more. And I am not going to buy Thanos with tokens, brothers. We are going to find Thanos in a collector reserve, my dude. You know that. So with the Purple Stone, he will be 21 power. Yes, yes, exactly. They want people to buy him because he's 6k tokens. Well, probably. I can see that happening. So, yes, I don't think he needed this buff because he already had a strong deck. But if you are going to buff him, why not making just 10? Why making 11? I don't know. Now they have this is the change that I think is important in this patch, brother. This change that we are going to see right now. Sandman goes from a 4-1 to a 5-5. And this is really controversial because yes, you guys know that I like Sandman. I like Sandman a lot. But I have told you guys before, if Sandman becomes a very strong card and a card that forms part of a tier 1 deck or an S tier deck, the meta won't be fun because you won't be able to pull all your crazy combos and you will only be able to play one card a turn. And for a lot of people, that isn't fun at all. So we don't want a meta that is Sandman prevalent, but we want a meta where Sandman is good, is cool, that you can play Sandman too as a tech card. Now, will this change make Sandman prevalent on the meta? I don't know, because at 5 energy, it is a big investment and you are only limiting, in reality, the 6th turn. Of course, you can ramp up to Sandman. You have Electro, you have Wave, you have Psylocke, but then you are warping more your deck to fit to Sandman, different than before where you just placed a Sandman on your deck, you know. Now, they up the cost on energy, so to balance that out, they gave him 5 power, and that is what might be controversial for some people because that is a lot of power for a strong effect. The thing is that he's coming only on the 5th turn, so I believe Sandman will be good, but I don't know if he will be oppressive. I don't know if he will be oppressive. I might be wrong and he might be really oppressive. I don't know. We will have to wait and see how the meta develops. I like Sandman, and I believe the change is kind of cool. It feels like a side grade or a slight buff, right? But maybe it is not a slight buff and it is a really strong buff. We don't know, because the one change in energy is really important. The thing is, you are going to counter decks that are trying to dump their whole hand on the 6th turn. You are going to counter negative decks, but they are not that strong, so who cares about those? They can counter Su decks, they can counter Death Wave decks, for example, too. Probably some of the versions of Thanos that look to play a lot of cards on the last turn. You can also counter decks that play a lot of stuff on the last turn, so that Dracula hits the Apocalypse, for example, if they have swarms or stuff like that. Sandman prevents that from happening. So there is a lot of things that Sandman can do. Let's see how the meta develops. I wanted Sandman to get a slight change, but I don't know how this change will impact the meta. We will have to wait and see, but you guys know that I like Sandman. I know we don't like Death Wave and decks that drop their hand on turn 6, but I don't know about incentivizing people to play Sandman by buffing him. Exactly. Sandman is cool, but a meta that is full of Sandman won't be fun for a lot of people. Meta needs to become less turn 6 shit. That is also a good point, because the game has turned into who can have the best 6th turn, or the most explosive 6th turn, or the most surprising 6th turn, and those are the best decks, right? Oh, and Sandman decks will be playing in on 4, Electro, Psylocke Wave, exactly. Sandman will be the new Leech, probably. I'm happy with that. You crazy bastards are fucked. Lord, 5 for power is huge. Sera Miracle decks are officially dead. Oh, Sera is also a deck that you can counter. Maybe if there is still a Surfer viable deck where you play 3 cost cards on the last turn with Silver Surfer, Sandman counters that too. Leech was not enough to stop Deathwave, and Sera we needed Sandman also. The cards below are rather... Oh, yeah, the commentary. I didn't read the comment. Many of the strongest decks right now have a strategy centered around playing multiple cards on turn 6. This is true. Sandman should be a good answer to these decks, but he didn't quite have the sand to stand up to them with his previous stat line. We're giving him a bit more power to making a more competitive card, but also subsequently bumping up his cost. When they bump his cost, they are recognizing, they are acknowledging, they are telling us that they know that a Sandman prevalent meta is not a fun meta, because they could just up his power, and people would have said, because a lot of people have been asking for Sandman buffs. In fact, there was a Reddit post talking about that Sandman needs a buff or whatever, but they recognize that Sandman being too strong is not a fun meta. So to try to mitigate that, they gave him 1 extra power, and I believe that is a correct move. We have to see how that evolves. But yes, this is definitely the most controversial change in this patch, in terms of balance, in my opinion. The cards below are rather weak at the moment, so we're giving them a small buff to help them perform a bit better. Spider-Woman for a 5/7 to a 5/8. I like this because I like Spider-Woman a lot. I like that card. I like that card, and I don't believe it is as weak as people think it is, and at 5/8 it might be better, you know. I like that card a lot. Namor for a 4/6, for a 4/5 to a 4/6. I believe he will continue to suck, and yes, I don't care about Namor. Dagger from a 2/1 to a 2/2. I like this change because Dagger isn't seeing a lot of play right now. Well, the hot movement archetype is not seeing a lot of play, but even in movement archetypes, you cut Dagger out because she isn't that strong, you know. So they are giving him one more power to try to take her into the spotlight, and I like that change a lot. Bob Surfer back, now I miss the bastard. Great point, it will be like another Sabu meta, but the opposite, exactly. Text only update to Yondu. Destroy the top card of your opponent's deck. This is to make it consistent when death, you know, because when Yondu destroyed the first card of the opponent's deck, or the top card of the opponent's deck, that counted towards death's discount, but he had another word, so people didn't correlate the Yondu's effect to a destroy effect. So this is a good change in the wording to make it more consistent and more understandable and more simple, or the whole language in the game, you know. They have to do this with other cards too, by the way. I don't remember one out of the top of my head, but there are some other stuff that needs this treatment, you know. I would opt for Dagger over Human Torch simply because Human Torch prone to being Killmonger. That is true. A Sandman meta means no set a dead way negative and just rank, maybe Modok, Discard, and Galactus. Yes, it means playing big stuff, maybe Devil Dino. Devil Dino will be really strong in a Sandman meta, you know. Ronan the Accuser, stuff that benefits from hand sizes. I'm playing only one card a turn, as ramp stuff, Doctor Doom, Odin, stuff like that. Yondu's text now accurately describes his effect. Please remember that most trigger and ongoing effects are not active while a card is still in your deck. So despite the word destroy, Yondu can remove Colossus and Wolverine with impunity. Exactly, that is completely true, and I believe understandable. I saw people saying, why doesn't Wolverine trigger when they destroy it from your deck? Brother, he said, that is not the wording, brother. It have to be destroyed on the board or discarded on your hand. Use your common sense, my dude. Text only update. As an ongoing effort to improve card and location text, we have adjusted everything that currently says when you play a card to say after you play a card instead. Oh, this is cool. I like this. I like this a lot because there is some stuff that sometimes isn't completely clear what is going to happen with these cards, you know. We hope this makes it clear that this ability triggers once a card has been fully played, including its own reveal effects. None of these are functional changes. Yes, it is only so we understand better what is happening, but in reality it is functioning the same. And this affects Angela, Bishop, Iron Fist, Lockjaw, and Titania. Okay, we are cool with that. Bad Legend, you know it, brother. Forrest, how you doing, brother? How you doing, my dude? You know that a long time ago I tried to start another YouTube channel, and it was related to League of Legends in some way, and my avatar, the picture for my avatar was a bard, brother. Was a bard playing his instrument, his flutes, his whatever. So yes, I am the Bard Legend, brother. Location updates. Sakar, after this turn, pour a card from each player's hand here. So it is not like right now. Right now it is just when the location reveals, but now it is after you play. So now you have an extra little bit of control over what Sakar can play, you know, because if you don't want one card to be played by Sakar, you can play it yourself, you can discard, you can do other stuff, you know. So yes, you have the information that this effect is going to trigger instead of just triggering right away. Sakar has a lot of weird interactions with cards like Storm and Wave as a consequence of revealing a card mid-turn. While we're sad to lose the exciting moment of Sakar revealing, we want to avoid these confusing interactions going forward. We think this design will also open up some interesting interaction points in the early game. As a note, Sakar in the introductory missions will retain the old effect. Oh, because Sakar was a part of the tutorial, you know. Okay, it is cool. Text only update. As noted in card updates, the following locations are being revised to use after instead of when to trigger related to playing a card. None of these are functional changes. Altar of Death, Bar Sinister, Cronin Bassen, Jarun, Deson Melee, Shugilla, Luxbar, Machine War, Orchis Forge, Quantum Tunnel, Shuri Slab, Sinister, London, Vibranium Mines, and Bormin. Okay, I agree with this. Bug fixes, there are a lot of bug fixes, but here is a bug fix that is really important to have in mind. Absorbing Man's effect can now be doubled by effects like Wong, Camartage, and Odin. This was one of the reasons I bought Absorbing Man in the first place. He was the first card I bought when the token shop was launched. When the token shop was launched for the first time, the first card that appeared on my shop was Absorbing Man. And I said, this card will be crazy because you can do all kind of crazy combos. But after I played with the card, I realized that you couldn't double his effects with Odin, for example. I tried it with Odin, and that was fucking stupid, and that held the card back. But now that they fixed this, Absorbing Man can become a really strong card. So I like this, brother. I like this. So let's see what happens, brother. There is a lot of bug fixes in here, brother. A lot of bug fixes in here, my dude. You know, unknown issues list. Okay, this is the hot patch, brother. This is, in my opinion, a pretty cool and big patch, because first you have the downgrades. This is cool. Downgrades are always awesome. They bring a new light to the meta game, because they make more cards available to more players, and that by itself can maybe shake up the meta. Also later today, a statue will be released. Of course, it will be in Series 5. It will be a really rare card to find in a game, but she's going to be in there. We have the balance of days, and these are some impactful changes in my opinion, in terms of Thanos and Sandman. And we have other stuff like the Sakar change. I believe this is a cool little patch, and I am excited to play the game, brother. I am excited to play the game for sure.